2 builders, 4 magazine editors.
I just want to get all the boxes here.
1 amazing house. This is the 25th annual Country Living House of the Year. And this year, the stakes are higher than ever. They have just 6 months to design, build, decorate, and photograph the house for the magazine, with a checklist a mile long. And the winner of an amateur decorating contest thrown into the mix, the pressure is on.
These corners are supposed to be solid.
And there's no room for mistakes.
Mother!
What do you think?
Every year, Country Living creates a fabulous House of the Year that, when finished, will be featured in the pages of its magazine. They team up with an architect and builder to lay out the plans. And the site of this year's location, the beautiful mountains of West Virginia. Here in the Sawmill Village development on Snowshoe Mountain, a popular ski destination, the house will be one of 115 home sites. With a 4-story floor plan, it will also be Country Living's first vertical house. But a remote location, extreme weather, and the challenges of scheduling construction could prove to make this project quite an adventure. At Country Living's headquarters in New York City, the design and build team kicks off the House of the Year project.
The House of the Year project is our opportunity as editors and as a magazine to look at home building and how people are living in their homes today.
Country Living has been creating their House of the Year every year for 25 years, and months of planning go into deciding the type of house to build and the location in which to build it. Past houses include a Tudor-style house in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, a cottage-inspired home in Auburndale, Florida, and a clapboard bungalow in Loveland, Colorado. This year, they've decided on a unique arts and crafts style house that will reflect their own sense of country style.
I like challenges. I like taking on challenges. There's 2 ways it was going to go. It was going to be extremely successful or it was going to be an ultimate failure.
Tom came into our office for the first time to really propose the project and to talk about how we could make it happen.
Air flowing through.
How big are the windows? Because it would be nice.
It was nerve-wracking because you just never know how personalities are going to fit together, and we really did have to get some decisions made that day.
The House of the Year project can be overwhelming merely because it's building a house and decorating it in a space of 6 to 7 months, and there's a lot to get done.
Robin and Rebecca work in tandem, yet at the same time, they each have very delineated roles. Rebecca is our home building and architecture editor, so she is working the most day-to-day with the builder in terms of the overall look and feeling of the house architecturally. Robin will clearly be responsible for the overall decorating of the house.
This year's house will have 3,025 square feet with 3.5 bathrooms and 5 bedrooms. It's an ambitious undertaking, even without the 6-month deadline.
We have to have the actual film, the digital images, by a specific date in order to make our deadline to go to press. We have very little pad time in this project.
The tight schedule means that Tom will need up to 3 crews working around the clock for the next 6 months. It's February 4th, day 1 of construction, and the crew is breaking ground. At an elevation of over 4,700 feet, almost a mile high, the crew has to wrestle with some extreme weather conditions.
And that's something we deal with daily here. Extreme temperature changes, and we may be raining one minute and snowing the next. Well, that's what we're dealing with today, is trying to get the trees on the ground before the weather sets back in again. February's not a good time to break ground here on Snowshoe because everything's frozen pretty solid. We are under a strict timetable with the House of the Year. Is why we're breaking ground now. We would probably not break ground until April.
Y'all need to tear down quite a bit of stuff, and I don't know.
We are working to try to get everything lined up and our footers poured in the next 2 weeks so we can have our superior walls set and delivered, and hopefully we'll get everything done. House corner.
My biggest fear is that the house won't be done, that we'll arrive on site and it won't even be partially done in order for us to do the photo shoot. There's always that chance because it's all about communication between the builder and us, and they could just say it's going along fine and we could show up and it's not.
A couple $100,000.
It's day 8 at the construction site, and there is a break in the weather. The crew moves fast to pour the footers before they lose the warm temperatures.
We're supposed to be in the 60s today, so we're going to try to get this footer poured today.
The weather may be good now, but the crew needs to work fast because if they don't complete the footers before the freezing temperatures return tonight, the foundation could crack. But before the crew can get started, they discover a problem. The warm conditions are causing the snow to melt, flooding the construction site.
Warm temperatures we have today, all this runoff from the snow is coming down the road and pouring right over this hillside.
The runoff is creating a mudslide directly into the hole they've dug for the footers. The entire embankment could fall in, costing the team precious time.
What do they want me to do?
We're about to lose the whole hillside. The hillside falls in there. It fell. It fell. Mother! Go ahead.
Coming up, mudslides threaten to destroy the house's foundation.
It could fail.
Plus, a shipment of wood brings a truckload of trouble.
Try not to tear it up.